Hello friends, welcome to the Crime Story channel. Friends, today I'm going to tell you about a crime incident that took place in Nagaur, Rajasthan. So let's dive into the details of this case. Makrana, a town in the Nagaur district, is world famous for its marble. Many businessmen in Makrana earn crores of rupees every year through the marble trade. One such businessman was Deepak. Deepak was not only successful in the marble business, but also came from a well-off family. He was not just handsome, but also a kind-hearted man who often helped the poor. Money was never a problem for him, as he earned lakhs of rupees every month from his marble business. He always dressed well and maintained his appearance. Deepak met many people daily, and if someone was in need of financial help, they would share their troubles with him. He could not bear to see others in distress, and would always lend a helping hand, finding peace in doing so. Deepak had a happy and prosperous family. His parents, siblings, wife, and children all lived a respectful and content life. This incident happened about 3 years ago. One day, Deepak received a phone call. He answered and said, "Hello." Deepak answered the call. "This is Deepak speaking. Who is this?" A woman responded, "Hello, this is Rekha from Gunawati village. Do you recognize me?" When the woman mentioned her name, Deepak replied, "Rekha? I don't recall anything. Please tell me, how can I help you?" Rekha said, "Deepak ji, we have met several times at the general store and beauty parlor in Gunawati village. Do you remember now?" Deepak started recalling something and said, "Oh, so you are Rekha ji from the general store. Yes, I recognize you now. Tell me, how can I help you?" Rekha replied, "Deepak ji, I am very troubled and need to meet you right away. I am waiting for you at the general store. I trust you completely that you will come and help me in my time of distress." Deepak asked, "What is troubling you so much? Can you tell me?" Rekha pleaded, "Please come here first, then I will explain everything. Please Deepak ji, come quickly. I am waiting for you." Deepak sensed that Rekha was indeed in some kind of trouble. He could never ignore someone's distress. Without any second thoughts, he took his vehicle and drove straight to Gunawati village in Makrana. A little later, Deepak arrived at the general store where Rekha was waiting. At that moment, she was alone in the store. As soon as Deepak arrived, Rekha closed the shop, got into Deepak's vehicle, and they drove to her house, which was nearby. Deepak accompanied her inside. As soon as they entered the room, Rekha locked the door from inside. Deepak saw her bolting the door and asked, "Why did you lock the door? Wouldn't it be better to talk with the door open?" Hearing this, Rekha said, "Some things are best discussed behind closed doors." As she spoke, she suddenly took off all her clothes. Seeing Rekha undressing, Deepak panicked and said, "Rekha ji, what are you doing? I'm leaving." Saying this, he moved towards the door to unlock it. Just then, Rekha grabbed his hand and placed it on her body. She said, "If you don't listen to me, I will scream and gather people, telling them you tried to force yourself on me. It would be better if you cooperate. I have feelings for you." Deepak was a respectable man and knew that if someone walked in at that moment and saw him locked in a room with Rekha, his reputation would be ruined. He tried to free himself, but Rekha was desperate to have a physical relationship with him. Even after Deepak refused, Rekha did not stop. She forcefully undressed Deepak as well. Deepak realized he had fallen into a trap and that the only way to escape was to comply. Giving up resistance, he embraced Rekha and moved towards the bed. They then satisfied their desires. Rekha was a fair-skinned, beautiful young woman, around 29 years old at the time. Deepak was 50 years old. After visiting Anand Lok, Deepak told Rekha that he had truly enjoyed being with her. Hearing this, Rekha smiled and said, "I had even more fun than you. From now on, whenever I call or whenever you feel like it, just call me and come over. We will continue to enjoy ourselves like this. From today, we are not just friends, but lovers." Upon hearing this, Deepak said, "I was afraid someone might show up and my respect would be lost. From now on, we will be careful and keep our relationship going." After that day, they parted ways after having a physical relationship. Deepak was very happy. He never imagined that a beautiful woman like Rekha would fall for him in this way. This relationship, which started 3 years ago, continued frequently. Whenever Rekha felt like it, she would call Deepak on his mobile and invite him over to her house. Then they would get together in a closed room in Rekha's house, shedding their clothes and becoming one with each other. In his middle age, Deepak became so infatuated with Rekha that he started giving her money without hesitation. Rekha's childhood dream was to marry a wealthy man and live a life of luxury. However, due to her poor parents, it was difficult even to arrange for food, let alone arrange a marriage with a rich man for her. When Rekha became an adult, her parents began searching for a suitable groom. Their efforts paid off, and about 8 to 9 years ago, Rekha married Vikram Singh from Gunawati village in the Makrana area of Nagaur district. However, when Rekha arrived at her in-laws' house as a bride, all her dreams shattered. Vikram, who was supposed to be a smart and wealthy life partner, was nothing like that. Vikram Singh was poor and lived in a mud house, working in a marble factory. Rekha cursed her fate and began living with her husband, Vikram Singh. Whenever she looked at her mud house, it saddened her. She longed for a concrete marble house with all the comforts of a rich person's home. Rekha realized that if she continued to rely on her husband, her desires would never be fulfilled, as Vikram earned barely enough to provide food for them. Vikram and Rekha lived separately from their joint family in a mud house. Rekha's dream was to play with money and live a luxurious life. When her dreams remained unfulfilled, she opened a fancy general store and a beauty parlor in Gunawati village. This slightly improved her financial situation, but it was still far from what she had hoped for. Rekha remained active on social media, and through it, she started talking to Deepak. After a few meetings, Rekha realized that if her dreams were to come true, she needed to be friends with Deepak. Rekha gradually built a relationship with Deepak, telling him about her struggles and invited him to Gunawati village to her home. After that, they became physically involved. Deepak thought that Rekha was in love with him, which is why she was having physical relationships with him. However, Deepak didn't grow very close to Rekha. Rekha would often make excuses to take money from him as well. She introduced Deepak to her husband Vikram and the villagers as her dharm brother, spiritual brother, claiming that Deepak was like a brother to her and helped her with money whenever needed. When Rekha brought money home, Vikram would ask where it came from, and Rekha would say, "Deepak Bhaiya gave it. He says that if I suffer, he can't bear it." Vikram, believing her words, trusted her completely and had no idea about what was truly going on. Last year, Rekha broke down her mud house and started building a marble house. She told Vikram that her dharm brother Deepak was generously helping her with the construction. Vikram, trusting his wife, closed his eyes to her actions, unaware of her betrayal. Deepak had been feeling worried and distracted for quite some time now. He had started feeling quiet. His family also asked why he seemed so lost, but Deepak would tell them, "What do I have to worry about? You all are fine." But his family thought Deepak was scared, as clear lines of worry were visible on his forehead. Since April 16, 2022, he had become completely quiet and anxious. On April 22, 2022, he arrived in Jaipur to meet his sister. His sister noticed that he seemed quiet and asked, "What's the matter, brother? You seem very sad. If you want to talk, maybe I can help." Hearing this, Deepak started to sob. His sister comforted him, and Deepak said, "A woman and 2 men have trapped me in a honey trap and are blackmailing me. They took 1 lakh from me. A week ago, they sent me an obscene video with that woman and are demanding 50 lakh. They threatened to viral the real video on social media if I don't pay. I'm stuck in their trap. If I give the money, they will ask for more, and if I don't, they will leak the video. I don't know what to do." His sister asked, "Who is that woman and who are the 2 men with her?" After this, Deepak explained everything in detail, starting from the moment he met Rekha Kaur. His sister said, "Rekha must have pretended to be in trouble and invited you home. Then she locked the door, undressed, scared you, and made physical relations with you. She recorded it to blackmail you later. She then suggested, 'Let's go to the Makrana police station. We can file a report and have this gang arrested.' Deepak agreed, and on April 24, 2022, they went to the Makrana police station and told station officer Pramod Kumar Sharma everything. A report was filed against Rekha Kaur, Vikram Singh and Shaitan Singh for trapping Deepak in a honey trap and blackmailing him. Deepak told the police that Rekha had recorded obscene videos of him, and later she threatened to share them unless he paid 1 lakh. About a month and a half ago, when Deepak went to Rekha's place, her nephews Shaitan Singh and Vikram Singh were already there. They showed him old videos and pressured him to have relations with Rekha again, recording this as well. 10 days ago, Shaitan Singh sent him a threatening video and took 1 lakh. They started pressuring him for 50 lakh, and after taking 23 lakh, Shaitan Singh threatened that if he didn't pay, they would viral the video. After filing the report, the police arrested the 3 accused on the same day, April 24, 2022. The accused confessed during interrogation. Rekha wanted a luxurious life, and her husband couldn't fulfill her expensive tastes, so she got in touch with Deepak. They had been in a relationship for 3 years, but due to growing greed, she started demanding 50 lakh. The police confiscated the accused phones for investigation. Eventually, Rekha's greed led to her downfall. After the inquiry, the 3 accused were presented in court and sent to jail. The second part of the story is from Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Kiran wasn't very beautiful, nor did she belong to a wealthy family. She was a simple girl from a middle-class family. Her father, Dalchand Kaurav, had moved to Bhopal from the village of Suraj in Narsinghpur district many years ago. His goal was to provide a better life for his children and earn as much money as possible to improve the family's standard of living. Despite his hard work, the family lived modestly, and he worked at a private company in Bhopal. He had 3 daughters, and after marrying off his elder daughter, he began to worry about Kiran's future. Kiran realized that due to her physical condition, she might not attract a perfect match, so she decided to focus on her studies and career. She was very close to her younger brother Raju, who was diligent and smart. Kiran also worked part-time at a call center while pursuing her BCom degree. On October 21, 2016, Kiran was preparing to go to college as usual. The family had just finished breakfast, and everyone was getting ready to leave for work, school, and college. Kiran was also about to leave when her uncle, Sambal Kaurav, asked her for some money, which she gave to him. Her brother Raju was also ready, so Kiran left with him. This was a regular routine. When Kiran left for college, Raju would often accompany her. He used to drop her off at the college gate, and on that day too, he dropped Kiran at the gate. She quietly went inside. During those days, construction work was going on at the same college. Raju had no idea that a storm was brewing in his sister's heart and mind, one that would take her life. After saying goodbye to his sister, he left, while Kiran walked straight towards the building where the construction work was taking place. The storm inside her was at its peak, and she no longer had the strength to fight it. Therefore, she took a step she should never have taken in her life. Soon, chaos broke out at the college. After falling from such a height, there was no question of Kiran surviving. Within moments, a crowd of students gathered. The news reached the college principal, who immediately sent her to the nearby hospital. The police were informed. After examining her, the doctors declared her dead. The college administration informed Kiran's sister Arti about the incident, and she rushed to the hospital with the family. But by the time they arrived, Kiran had already passed away. No note was found near her, which was unusual, especially for a well-educated girl like Kiran. In most cases, someone in her position would leave a note behind, but in this case, nothing was found. The Kaurav family was filled with grief, and Kiran's classmates were also upset, wondering why such a lively girl had taken such a drastic step. The police investigation began, and within hours, the mystery was solved. It turned out to be the painful, brief story of a girl who had been betrayed in love. Kiran likely didn't think she needed to leave a note because she had already written everything she wanted to say on her fake account. The family and the college were shocked to learn that Kiran had been in love with someone. She loved him so much that she was disturbed by his indifference and had been trying to win him back for days. Rohit, who was doing his BA at the same college, was Kiran's boyfriend. However, in recent days, he had been ignoring her. Rohit's friendship and love had filled Kiran's heart with hope, and she dreamt many romantic dreams. It made her believe that there were still many boys who understood the true meaning of love, who didn't care about social status, height, or physical shortcomings. For them, character mattered more than appearance. Everything was going well, but in recent days, Rohit had become distant. He wasn't talking to her, and Kiran couldn't understand his behavior. If Rohit had given her a reason, she could have tried to fix it, but without knowing why he was acting this way, she felt her dreams fading. She started feeling betrayed. When her boyfriend wouldn't talk to her, what was she supposed to do? So she took a drastic step. When the police investigated the college, it was revealed that although Rohit and Kiran were friends, there was no love between them. Some of Kiran's friends admitted that she had unilaterally loved Rohit. This meant that Kiran had mistaken friendship for love and had tried to force her feelings on Rohit. This was something only Rohit could clarify, but he had not yet been caught by the police. Kiran had been emotional and probably too sentimental about Rohit, thinking that he was the one for her. But, in her haste, she had made a decision that led her to be permanently separated from everyone. It seemed unlikely that anything major would happen to Rohit, as there was no evidence of any promises made by him, nor had Kiran directly blamed him for her death. It's possible she had misunderstood their friendship as love, and when rejected, became heartbroken. However, had she gathered the strength to live, things might have turned out differently. Friends, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and leave your thoughts about this story in the comment box. I'll be back with a new story. Until then, take care. Thank you.